Good evening, everybody. Okay, so yesterday, 7 News Australia put up this video saying that Queensland is on the verge of water restrictions. And the comments on this video have been very interesting, to say the least. People claiming that it's increased population, that Queensland's had floods, and now they're in restrictions, and saying all sorts of really interesting things that it's like, hang on, these people don't realise. And there's one person that was even saying that it was complete lies, that this is insane. There have been floods everywhere, yet the dam is empty. Capture all the rainwater. Yeah, fantastic idea. The problem is the rain has been falling in the wrong area. So this is the map. These are the Australian Bureau of Meteorology, and it shows where the water has been falling. And as you can see, the main rainfall in southeast Queensland has been on the coast. The dams are all in this little area, so they haven't gotten the rain. But people don't seem to realise that, especially people in the cities, because they have had a rain, they've had an excessive amount of rain, and they have had floods. So I can understand them not understanding how they could be about to be on water restrictions. But if we go into the SEQ Water website, which is this one, it's seqwater.com.au. I'll leave a link in the description. It says that the water grid's level is 56.6%. Now, you can go and look at the dam levels, the individual dam levels, and they're very interesting. And it shows the average rainfall in the catchment areas and the amount of water that everybody's using. It has gone down 6 litres, apparently, in the last 7 days. So this is updated daily. It shows you how much water is in the different dams. So Atkinson's Dam, this is actually the next suburb over from me. It's at 3.1%. There's not a lot of water in that, but it's also not a very big dam. Clarendon's also very close to me. Again, very little rain. Enoggera is nowhere near me. It's nearly full, but it also doesn't hold a huge amount of water. Hinds Dam, this one is on the Gold Coast. These guys have had major flooding in Gold Coast. So yeah, it's full, but again, it's not a majorly large dam, but it is helping the water grid. Without that, there'd be a much bigger problem than there currently is. North Pine Lake, it's got a reasonable amount of water, but again, it's at 48%, so it's below 50%. Somerset, it's at 293,000 megalitres. It's at 77%, so it's in a reasonably good state, but it's in a slightly different area to Wivenhoe. Now, Wivenhoe, it's one of the main dams. It's got 422,000 megalitres still, but it's at 36.2%. It is one of the main dams for southeast Queensland, and it is going down rapidly. So, how do water restrictions work? What happens with all of that? When do they decide that water restrictions are coming in? Now, last week when I had a look at this, so this is the homepage, and they've got a tab in here, so everyone and every drop counts. You click on here to see more information. It takes you to the water restrictions and water-wise type information. So this is seqwater.com.au, water-wise. So this is showing you how you can actually be more water-wise. So it says water is a precious resource for us to use wisely. The combined levels of our water grid dam is now below 60%. Now last week that actually said below 70%, I think, in my previous video. I'm just going to check that. Okay, so I've gone over to my previous video, which was last week, my previous video on the rain situation, and I've got links in there to the different things. So I'll open that up. Okay, so this is the video on, this is the website, I should say, sorry, on the water restrictions. So our dam levels are below 70%. So we are asking everyone in southeast Queensland to voluntarily reduce their water use. Water restrictions apply in some areas. Now, what I want to know is why this hasn't been all over the news. Why has the media outlets not been telling everyone that they need to decrease their water usage? Why do people still think that there's heaps of water happening when there isn't? So the scenic rim, these guys, they're on median level water restrictions now in place in the scenic rim as of the 16th of March 2020. So they've been on water restrictions for nearly 12 months. They were eased from high levels down to medium levels. So yeah, so you can find more information at that. Debra, water restrictions are not in place, but they're asking everyone to use the water wisely. Lockyer Valley and Somerset, water restrictions are currently not in place here either, but they're asking people to reduce the water usage. When the water dam reaches 50%, it's going to be a different story. Now, Brisbane, Ipswich, Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast, water restrictions are not currently in place, but they're asking everyone to reduce their water usage. Water restrictions will be considered when combined levels of SEQ water grid dam reaches 50%. What I want to know is why this is not being more widely publicised. It is very, very concerning. It should be more widely known. Now, so this is where the rain has fallen. This is around about where the dams are. This area has been having problems with rain for a long time. So I can look back at the last 12 months and you can see this. The coast has been getting reasonable rain. In here where the water catchment is not. It's okay, but it's not great. And that's over the last 12 months. And then we go to 24 months and it's still been considerably lower than the coast has. We can go all the way out to 48 months, so that's 4 years. Still been quite low. We have not had high levels inland. I mean, it's even further inland is even a bigger problem. But the southeast Queensland corner needs to be aware that there are problems. There are big problems. So the combined level of the water grid dams is now below 60%, and they are in drought response phase of the region's drought response plan now. This means that we are increasing production of the Gold Coast desalinisation plant, maximising operation of the South SEQ water grid, and asking the community to use water wisely. So we're asking the community to use water wisely. How are they asking the community? Have you heard it on the news? Have you seen it on the news? Other than that little bit that 7 News put up the other day, have you heard anything? Did you even see that news article from 7 News? While there are no water restrictions at this level, there are lots of simple ways that you can save water. Find out what works for you and your household. So, do you know how much water your household uses? A home water audit could help. Get the family involved and do whatever audit to see where you use the most water in your house. So you can actually download that water usage. And there's lots of different information on here. So here's a link to the water restrictions page. And there's lots of different information. There's different information on the different councils. So there is heaps of information here. I mean, myself personally, I'm on tank water. So really, this does not affect me. But it is important for people to understand this and to realise that water restrictions are coming to Brisbane. They're coming to the southeast coast. And people need to start decreasing how much water they're using. There's lots of different things you can do to decrease your water usage. Make sure you turn your taps off when you're washing your hands. Turn it on, wet your hands, turn it off, do your soap, then turn it back on again, rinse your hands. Easy. When you're having a shower, you could do lots of different things there. You could actually put a bucket in the bottom of your shower and collect that water, and then you could use it and bucket it into the toilet instead of flushing the toilet. Or better still, we actually have composting toilet. So it's a waterless toilet. There's no smell, there's no odour. there's less bacteria flying up in the air. All in total, it's a lot more environmentally friendly and better for your health as well. Making sure that all of your taps in your house are water wise, so they're not using as much water, but just generally becoming more aware of how much water you're using. It is so very, very important. Please have a look at the seqwater.com.au and see what you can do. See what things you can do, different activities and everything along here, what they're doing, different educational information if you want to book a resource, or you want to go to do the WaterWise thing. So that was the website we were on before. There's a video on here you can watch that's got some information. You've got the audit you can download and have a look at. So home water efficiency audit, how much water do you use? Where do we use the water? And you can write it all down. Like when your teeth, brushing your teeth, do you leave the tap on while you're brushing your teeth? Or do you wet your brush, turn the tap off, brush your teeth, then turn the tap back on? There are just so many things here, and even collecting your grey water, like the water from your washing machine, that can be stored into buckets and then used in the toilets, or it can be used in your garden. There's lots of different options, but I highly encourage people to decrease their water usage now while it's still a choice before it becomes mandated and the restrictions are in place. But there's lots of things you can do. So you can make sure you fix leaking taps. Lots of different things. Laundry, you can wash clothes by hand. Wouldn't have thought of that one. Make sure you've got a full load of in the washing machine before you put it on. In the kitchen, with your dishwasher, make sure you've got a full load in the dishwasher before you put it on. But there's lots of different little things you can do. And I highly encourage you to go to the website and download this water efficiency audit and do it. And see what kind of results you get. Leave a comment below. Tell me what sort of things that you do to help be more water wise and use less water. It's a precious resource that we need to become more aware of. And I guess living on 10 acres as I do, and living on water tanks, I've become very, very aware of how much rain is falling and whether it's falling on my roof or not. Now, 5 years ago, when we were living in an urban block, and I had town water, wasn't really that aware of what was going on. I was trying to be water efficient, but I wasn't that aware. But anyway, that's the video for tonight. Have a great one. I hope you found it useful, and I look forward to hearing your comments below how you went with the water efficiency audit and what things you're doing to decrease your water usage. Have a great one. Bless you.